Hello and welcome to the Boomcast. I am your best friend and probably family member, Michael. And here I am joined by my friend Dan, who is clearly the X-Men theme song of people, which means really good. Dan, how's it going?
Thank you, sir. Pretty good. Have you heard about Pluto, Mikey?
Messed up.
Hmm.
Yeah. All right, cool. Well, I am glad that you're doing well. Now we
Yes.
have the amazing Jacob, who is the golden eye to my perfect dark, meaning we are basically the
Ooh,
same thing, but he's a little bit better.
barely though.
Yeah, probably. How's it going, Jake?
Oh, good. Just coming to you live from the daughter's bedroom with the
Ooh,
unicorns and all that. Yeah.
that's your bedroom, isn't it?
I mean, it's my man cave, aka Sage's room now.
Okay. Well, yeah. So today we are talking about our favorite content from the '90s. Whether that's a video game, movie, TV. Uh, Dan, do you got comics from the '90s for today?
I do, sir.
Oh
I do.
snap! Oh, okay. I'm excited to hear about that. Okay. Well, before we jump into movies, which is our first category, we do have a new segment. It's goes before everything. It is kind of the beverage or drink of the day or of the show. Today we're doing Giants Energy Fruit Punch Zero Sugar. Made sure everyone went out and grabbed it. I'm like, why is yours like different, Dan?
I don't know.
You got a cool
You
one.
didn't get the sugar-free one.
No, it has zero sugar at the top.
Huh. Maybe
You
that's
can barely
like
see
the,
it.
the new style. Maybe this is a new style. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm excited
Myers
to
are
try
better.
it. Maybe, yeah. All right, let's crack it open and give it a taste. Sorry for the audio of us popping it open. Ooh, it smells good.
Mhm.
Okay,
I like that a lot.
that's dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I like that. Wow. It literally just tastes like fruit punch, but then you kind of taste like the
Yeah.
energy drink afterwards. Ooh, I might
Yeah.
have to get this more often.
For zero
Honestly,
sugar, it's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
honestly, in my opinion, I don't even really taste the energy drink thing, which is good slash bad.
Maybe it's
I don't
the
even know.
maybe
It's
it's
almost like, you know what it tastes like to me? It tastes like a sparkling lemonade, only it's fruit punch.
mm,
And
Mm.
it's not as harsh as the sparkling lemonade normally is.
I think that's what the energy drink taste I'm tasting is just the carbonation because usually fruit
Right,
punch isn't
right, right.
Yeah.
carbonated.
Yeah,
Mm,
that is a weird flavor to have, but it does taste good. And there's like four more that I saw at my gas station, my local one.
mm,
I think I tried two other ones because I think figured we'd do like one brand unless they come out with a new flavor, you know?
yeah, yeah,
And they all hold up as far as I'm concerned. But I waited on the fruit punch.
nice.
Good job. I don't know. We had like a whole entire like couple shelves full of them. I
Really,
didn't really. Yeah, I just found the fruit punch and walked away.
that's fair. We might have to pop into a few more though because that I really like that. Like
Yeah, yeah.
I'll be honest, I did not have high hopes for this. Just because Zion's energy sounds dumb, but
It just tasted very natural for an energy drink, and I kind of
Yeah.
like that.
yeah. Oh yeah, I like it. That's dangerous because I shouldn't have caffeine, but
It's really not even that dangerous though, because my main thing as a diabetic is zero sugar, and that's like the least dangerous thing.
that's very
So
fair. That is very fair.
dangerous for Yao.
Oh,
Oh,
all right. So that's what we'll be drinking throughout the show. If you have an
Science, call us.
science, not sponsored, not yet. We'll work it out. But if you have any suggestions for drinks in the future, let us know. Um, Zero sugar is better from a man Jake up there, but if not, Dan and I can drink it and
yeah. And
we'll see what we
rub,
think.
and then rub it in Jake's
Hey,
face.
Of
I
course,
will probably at least buy the drink and take a sip.
that's fair. All right, all right.
Okay. Oh,
I like it.
That's more
Um,
than fair. And then I will proceed to dump it after the show.
yeah, or give it to Nikki or someone.
Yeah. That's
All
fine.
potential sponsors. I'm just kidding.
He will drink the whole thing and love
Yep.
it. Okay, so we're talking about the 90s today. There's
What a
no
time.
way we can talk about the 90s without talking about 90s music.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
It was such a good decade for music. I feel like that's how everyone thinks about like the decade they were
That
born.
decade they grew up in.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
man, that's the best music and stuff.
Well, and not only that, but like there was such a different array of music. Like that's when rap was just getting really good. You
With
know,
Will Smith.
you have boy bands starting up for
Yeah.
those of us who like
Yeah.
boy bands. You know, just all pop got huge. Like not as big as it was probably with Michael Jackson, but Michael Jackson did kind of integrate into the 90s a
He
little
did.
bit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you if you like that brand of music, it was in the 90s.
Yeah.
So,
You know what? Now that I just thought about it, the 90s were really big for grunge.
absolutely.
You got Nirvana, like,
That
oh my
also Foo
gosh.
Fighters was
Foo
grunge or
Fighters,
was formed after the death of
Yeah.
you know,
Is that
Kurt
still
Cobain.
90s or is that early 2000s? I don't know.
No, the album that had Big Me and I'm pretty sure the album that had Monkey Wrench both came out in the 90s. I'm
Really?
fairly positive.
Dude, grunge was so good. Like, I wish it would. I wish it would make a comeback, but at the same time, I don't because I feel like it wouldn't hold up to how it used to be. You know.
That's how you end up with Nickelback.
That's fair. That's fair. Um, just the first thing that came out like into my head when we're talking about 90s music, which I know this is a weird choice, and I know Jake and Dan already know about it, but Butterfly by Crazy Town, that is such a jam. I absolutely love that song.
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead. What were you saying?
Oh, I was just gonna say, really good song. Not to get off topic, but we do it anyway. But the movie Sing, I don't know if you guys have seen that. It's an animated
Mm-mm.
movie.
Yes, with the
There's a
animals.
buffalo. There's a buffalo who tries out for the show who sings Butterfly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that character in the show, he's very briefly in it, but he's hilarious. So yeah, Sing,
Nice.
check it out.
What songs do you think of when you think of 90s?
Go next, Dan.
Pretty much what I think of kind of came to my head first is Metallica's Black Album.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we are all going very different directions.
That's what makes it great, man.
I don't know. Back in the 90s, growing up, pretty much like the rock station was the only thing we listened to in the car.
Mm-hmm.
It was just whatever old rock music and then playing new Metallica.
I mean, that's good. Good
Hey,
stuff, man.
No, Metallica's solid, especially since mine's almost more of a spoof. We're probably going to be more of a spoof to most people, but it's a
Is it-
legit song, and I don't care what people think and how they judge me.
Is it Weird Al?
Oh, no.
That's a good
But
one,
that's
though.
legit.
So we have kind of hip-hoppy-ish with Mikey. Like, I don't even know what you would call that genre. You have, rock with Dan, and I went boy band. Backstreet's Back.
All right.
Dude, if that song didn't get stuck in your head, even the part where it just goes, "Oh my God, we're back again." Dude, that song was epic. I don't care what you think.
It was good.
It was.
It was great song and absolutely was stuck in my head from like age. So that was in 97. So it would have been age 6 to probably age 10. I was singing that song.
Over and over again.
I would be lying. I'm about to tell a really embarrassing story.
Hey, that's how we get the views.
I would be lying if I said I wasn't practicing dance moves to Backstreet Boys in my room when I was little.
Yes, everybody wanted to be in the boy band for about 2-3 years there, and then we realized that maybe it was a little weird.
That's normal.
like especially when the Millennium album came out. I'm about to call him out on this, but Ryan and I would both practice our dance moves in my room.
I can only imagine Ryan's
makes
freaking
sense.
6'5" ass dancing, dancing to everybody.
Oh my god, dude, it was so good. But
Oh man,
yeah, dude, you got them and In Sync.
In sync.
98 degrees.
98 degrees, yeah.
Was it
I think
LFO?
LFO was
Mm.
big. What was that? New Kids on the Block had a bunch of
No,
hits.
that was the
Chinese
80s.
food.
Oh, well, yeah, that was LFO.
No, that was 98, I think.
Hmm.
I just threw out a year. I just know it's the 90s.
Okay.
Oh, no, I thought you were saying New Kids on the
Yeah.
Block. Like,
No. It's New Kids on the Block had a bunch
yeah.
of hits.
Oh,
The LFO
yeah,
song.
that's LFO.
I need to quit singing. Sorry.
No, you're good. But yeah, dude, like so, like Mambo number 5, you know, stuff like that. It's like, bro,
Lou Bega.
yeah, so good, such a good decade. But yeah, so we just want to make sure we're covering our bases and talking about everything 90s, including music, because that was a very important decade.
Also, top 10, like you said, the theme song to X-Men.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, yeah, I'll jam out to that anytime.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so we are going to jump into our first category, movies. Movies. Okay. All right. So first thing we're going to talk about is a movie that we talked about on episode 0, which is not released because slow editing by me. The movie Reminiscence. We talked about, you know, looking forward to that. I knew nothing about it, but you guys were looking forward to it, and then I looked into it. I'm like, all right, I need to watch this. It releases this Friday. I believe it's going to be on HBO Max Friday as well.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So I'm looking super forward to that. I know we have in our next segment we have Dan's movie recommendation, but I'm gonna say maybe if it's all right with you guys, we put that as a second recommendation that we all have to watch for next
We'll
for next
probably
week.
try to convince my boss to watch it with me
Ooh,
on Friday.
I'm sure that'll work out.
It probably will.
Probably.
Nothing can go wrong.
Yeah.
Anything like you guys want to say about that? Like Hugh Jackman, amazing.
It's just Hugh Jackman.
It's Hugh Jackman.
I mean, oh, obviously, yeah. And then looking at some reviews, it looks like it got decent reviews, about 7.5 stars. Not that we ever go by that because we don't.
We don't.
But 7.5. Rest of the cast looks pretty unknown.
That's always good, honestly, though. Like,
Yeah, it gives people a chance, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the main girl, she was in The Greatest Showman with Hugh Jackman.
Oh, really?
And,
I don't know that I've seen that.
I've not seen it. I know the main song though, and that is amazing.
well,
have you heard that
recommendation
one?
number 3.
It's
Ooh.
that's so funny because all I was thinking about today was when it's my turn to recommend, I'm like, how am I gonna find a friggin' movie that Dan hasn't seen yet?
That'd be
Good
a
luck.
musical.
Good luck.
No, yeah, right.
Seen it?
Have you seen Rent?
Yes, a
Ooh.
long time ago.
Across
I'm
the
so-
universe.
Yeah, I watched that in college.
That was a good one, dude.
I'm so
That
friggin'
was
screwed.
weird.
It was.
I'm about to go back to old country westerns or something.
Yeah, like Citizen Kane or something.
There you go. Citizen Kane got one.
Casablanca.
Yes.
I don't think I can recommend a movie I haven't seen though.
We don't know.
Watch
that.
it real quick. Okay, but yeah, so this Friday it releases. Everyone go see it. We are gonna watch it, and we'll talk about that. What we thought about it next week.
Next week.
Next week. All right. So we're gonna jump into the movie recommendation of the week. Before we get into Dan's recommendation, though, last week I recommended they watch Just Visiting. Now Dan was not able to watch it because he's a little poo poo head. Uh,
Sorry.
but Jake actually came over to my place to watch it. We
Yeah, I
watched
did.
Just Visiting. What'd you think about that, Jake?
I think once again, all the critics give it a really bad rap. I thought it was a very solid movie from a comedy standpoint. I thought I laughed a lot more than I thought I was going to. It had Christina Applegate in it, which is always nice.
Wait, she was
Uh,
like young 20s
and
or
she was
something.
this was probably her first big film. Tara Reid was in it. She does stuff, I guess. Um,
I remember you
Gene,
saying, you're like, ooh, that voice. Ugh.
every time. Oh, it's like nails on a chalkboard. Um, I think his name is Jean Reno. Is that how you say it?
Jean Reno. Yep.
Jean Reno was excellent.
He was so good. He's good in
put,
everything.
I don't know. Did you give a synopsis last time, basically?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll let you watch the previous episode to get the synopsis, but essentially, he's a high noble, and the interaction between him and Christian Clavier, I believe is how you pronounce it.
Yeah,
Is the
another
actor's
French
name.
actor.
Plays Andre. Andre stole the show.
He did. He's so good.
He
I have
absolutely
good
does.
boots.
But the mint. He the interactions between him and Jean Reno, who plays Tybalt in it, or Thibault, or however you pronounce it, absolutely great. You could tell that they had really good chemistry on set, yeah, because they built off each other.
Well, it's technically the third time that they've played those characters. Like I said last time,
yeah,
it's based off of two French movies, and I guess they're like, let's bring it to America. So I think that chemistry really got built up between those three movies.
oh, absolutely, yeah, and it is great. Probably, I'd give it if I'm ranking it, I would probably give it a 7.5.
That's good.
It's pretty solid.
I like it. Yeah. But like I said,
there were parts. There were parts where it drew out and there wasn't much laughter.
Yeah, when they try to move the story along.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
but
just the first interaction when they get into Christina Applegate's house is just hilarious. They just like laughing the entire way.
And the dinner. The dinner is excellent.
The dinner scene was great.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm glad you liked it, Jake. Dan, you still need to watch it. There's no timeline for it, but you should definitely watch it.
And we'll get your thoughts next week, Dan.
Oh, 3 movies. Oh, you watch that while we're watching your movie.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I still want to watch my movie again.
Oh, okay. You can do that too.
It's been so long.
Speaking of, what is your movie?
Okay, so my recommendation for you guys this week is Hell or High Water.
All right, let's jump to the screen.
Ta-da-da.
Here we go.
Nippy-dippy.
I have it pulled up now. All right, what's this about, Dan?
Okay, so it is Ben Foster and Chris Pine. They are brothers who are bank robbers going across, I think, Texas.
West Texas, yep.
West Texas, yeah. And then the guy's name, the old guy from Iron Man.
Jeff Bridges.
Yes, Jeff Bridges is just like a cop chasing these guys down, trying to figure out where they are. And I want to say, and then movie kind of picks up with one of their heists, and then about halfway, they go for like a final heist. But the cinematography in the movie is really good. Kind of remind me of the level of like Sicario, almost.
That's another movie I haven't seen. No, that's on my list, man.
See, this is what we're talking about right here. Another movie only Dan's seen.
Well, you know what? We'll figure it out.
We're going to be throwing stuff out for days.
Just come over here, take my whole movie collection, watch it all, and
there we go.
Should be good. Well, Dan, this is going to be the easiest section for you. You're going to be like, oh, I know these guys. They haven't seen this.
And this.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it looks good, man. Like,
it looks solid.
Just kind of like behind the scenes thing. when you were giving us like your recommendations, so I can pull it up here, make sure we haven't seen it beforehand.
Right.
I went and asked Anthony if he's heard of the movie. He's like, yeah, dude, that's a good movie. Like, he highly recommended it too. So I'm doubly excited that I got 2 high recommendations on this.
I can't believe I found a movie Anthony liked.
There you go. Yeah. Well, cool, man. Yeah, this looks really good. I will. I don't know when I'll watch it. Sometime, probably the weekend.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, it's been a long time since I've seen it, so I will be watching it again with you guys.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, good. It looks like it has a great cast, and I am interested to see where the story goes.
Yes, Jeff
seems like it could get dark or something.
And Jeff Bridges is just phenomenal in this. He really gets into that old, like, cowboy type.
Yeah.
I kind of almost not recognize him for a bit.
Well, sweet, dude. Well,
I'm looking forward to this. I like westerns. I think they're underrated.
Dude, honestly, I don't think I've seen enough of them. Like, it's there was like a time where there were just like every movie was a western movie, I mean, after they lost popularity from like the days of old,
yeah.
But yeah, it seems like there's just not a lot of western releases anymore. See, this came out in 2016. I've heard of it. I think I just heard the saying a lot, Hell or High Water. But I've never actually watched it. So yeah, we will have to check that out. Like I said, I'll probably watch it this weekend. But we'll give you our full review on that next week on the Boomcast.
Yes, and we hope you join the Ben Foster fan club.
Oh yeah, I love Ben Foster. Even when he was in Friends for a couple episodes, man. I guess no, never mind. That was Giovanni Ribisi or whatever. I always get them mixed up, but I love them both.
It's okay. Yeah, they're both great.
All right, so let's head back to the other screen.
Screens everywhere.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have that movie recommendation. Eddie just popped on and said Jeff Bridges always gets his vote. Good to hear. He is pretty awesome. Especially in Tron Legacy. I'll be honest, I kind of like that movie, but
I didn't mind Tron Legacy.
It looked really cool.
Okay.
The CGI, some CGI was like, ugh, like young Jeff Bridges kind of made me want to throw up in my mouth. But
Daft Punk though, they really brought it back.
Dude, best soundtrack, man, so good. Okay, so we're going to move on to our main topic, which is again, in this case, 90s movies, our favorite 90s movies. So who wants to start us off? Jake, you want to start off?
Sure. I mean, I'm just gonna go with the classic. And here's the thing: anybody who knows me knows I am an avid sports fan. And I am also very much not. I'm. I don't know if there's anybody not watching from our home state, but we're from Michigan, so a lot of my teams, and I should say literally 90%, my only non Michigan team that I like is the Cubs. So by every other sport, I'm Detroit based. But even I give the nod to Michael Jordan in Space Jam.
I love it. That's a good choice, dude.
Space Jam is possibly one of the best sports movies of all time. I don't care what people say.
It gets a lot of flack, man, but that is a good movie.
Space Jam? Yeah. Why does it get flack?
It just does, man.
Okay, look.
If you watch it today, it's a little rough.
Okay, yes, but it's way better than anything LeBron ever put out.
That's fair.
Okay?
Yeah, that's fair.
I won't even watch that movie.
Yeah, I didn't either. I refuse. Anyways, Listen to me about Space Jam. Number one, okay, Looney Tunes, bro. Like Looney Tunes. Anything with Looney Tunes, I'll watch. Okay. Number two, Michael Jordan is the greatest athlete possibly of all time. The fact that he was in this movie and did a somewhat feasible job of acting, is
I can't
actually
hate on him for it.
I mean, it wasn't the best.
Yeah.
Absolutely not the best acting job. But I mean, I'd give him a C. I'd give him a C, and that's good
fair.
for an athlete. Okay. Number three, and easily what steals the show in this movie, Bill effing Murray.
Yeah.
If you don't like Bill Murray, you can just leave. Don't ever watch my show again, aka our show again. Please watch our show again. But Bill Murray is, I mean, he's a
Bill
treasure.
Murray.
He's an American treasure. Back to the Foster.
back to the American treasure. I like
Yeah. Absolutely. If you don't like Bill Murray, you're not American. That's my final thought on everything. But honestly, I think Space Jam overall, it's just a fun kids. I'm going really kidsy. I don't know.
That's cool, man.
Okay.
I mean, it's just, I feel like because we were 90s kids, these movies that are kidsy to me just kind of stick out to me, just like the boy band thing sticks out to me. You know,
it really resonates with who you were as a child.
Right, exactly. So, absolutely. Going back to before I knew the Detroit Pistons were even a team, because everybody had Chicago Bulls fever. Everybody.
Yeah.
I learned about Michael Jordan long before I learned about the Bad Boy Pistons. So, final answer, Space Jam, and yeah, Bill Murray.
Dude, that's a good answer. Dude, honestly, Bill Murray, he's a big Chicago sports fan, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, he went to a couple World Series games when the Cubs won the World Series.
So, like, as cool as Bill Murray is, that must have been like a dream come true for him too, because he got to like hang out with Michael Jordan. You know?
Oh, absolutely. And you know who else he was hanging out with on that set? Larry Bird.
Yeah.
Like, absolute legend. You know, Charles Barkley. Like,
yeah.
Dude, could you imagine just being the freaking lighting guy on that set? Being like, holy crap.
That'd be so cool. Dude, yeah. That's a good choice. Honestly, I did not see that one coming. That was good. Very good. All right, Dan, you're up. What you got?
Okay. So there's a lot of great 90s movies. We had like Shawshank Redemption, Toy Story. But there's a lot of great comedies like Tommy Boy, Ace Ventura. And I know there's also Mikey's movie, which I think I know what you're going to choose. But then there's one, to me, that stands above them all, Dumb and Dumber.
Oh,
absolutely, 110%.
Absolute classic.
That is a good one.
Best comedy of the 90s, and it's not even close.
I agree.
Yes. Me and my college roommate, we still quote this almost daily. We were playing, you're going to hate it, but we were playing Fortnite the other night. I drove up with my car and say, you know, I normally don't pick up hitchhikers, but got a good feeling about you. Saddle up, partner.
I love it.
I constantly quote the suitcase line every time. Swingy, Swanson. Look at the briefcase. Samsonite. Man, I was way off. You got the S though.
A little Philly break your heart? No, it was a girl.
Or oh, dude, this is possibly the most quotable movie from the 90s.
It is.
For sure. With duh, it's the Rockies. He's just seeing his best friend in the back of his scooter, freezing his nuts off, no gloves, and he has
I think the thing I've heard quoted most from that, besides so you're saying there's a chance, you know. I think the one I've heard quoted most, probably by Jake, if I'm remembering this correctly, is
I quote this
and totally redeem yourself.
Yeah. Or pull over. No, it's it's a cardigan, but thanks for noticing.
Yeah, that's a good movie, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, big gulps, eh? See you later.
Well, I think that line was completely improv, though, wasn't it?
I believe like half the lines were improv.
The nearest town's that way. Man, those are some lucky guys.
I gotta rewatch that. It's been a long time.
Yeah, absolutely. Now I'm definitely going to now. Gotta figure out where it's streaming though.
Got it on DVD.
Nice.
All right. 2 great choices. Honestly, ones I completely didn't even think of. Mainly because the movie I chose was the first thing I knew right away. Dan, you said you think you know what it is. What is it?
Oh yeah, Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park, exactly.
Oh yeah.
That was much more obvious than I thought.
Bro, such a good movie. It holds up today. Some CGI, like the like when they have like the overshot, like when they first see all the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
That's a bit iffy, but like the animatronics and stuff, oh my gosh, it looks amazing still today.
It's weird. Samuel L. Jackson doesn't cuss.
I know.
Yeah, I think that makes it an instant classic in and of itself.
Oh man, honestly, the first thing I think of when I think of Jurassic Park, which is really weird that I think of this, is just the Newman guy going All
I think of is the Newman meme where he's like, see, nobody cares.
Yeah, that's good. But like, the reason why it's my favorite is every time I even just hear the theme song, I feel like I get teleported back to when I was a kid, you know? And it resonates so well with me. And I can't help but feel like a kid again when I see the T-Rex come up and, you know, just destroy the cars for the first time. Or just like I mean, it's like almost a 30-year-old movie, so I don't care if I spoil things. Towards the end of the movie, when you know the T-Rex is like inside the actual place and is like just yelling out that huge roar, and the banner comes falling down. It's just so iconic, and the music's great. The actors are amazing. Like, I don't like kid actors usually, but the kid actors in that were really freaking good.
I like. I think the most iconic scene for me is the Newman death. I love those little guys. Just good. Like he's like, "Hey, little guy," and they just are like the worst possible way to die.
Yeah, and like each dinosaur had such a great like audio cue kind of thing, you know. The T-Rex's roar, the Velociraptors, they're like heavy breathing, and then like when they talk to one another, even that dinosaur, like when it sticks its whatever that thing is called out, you know, to go attack Newman, like he has a very distinct sound, and it sounds absolutely amazing. And we Jake and I actually had the chance to go, and we rented out a movie theater with a bunch of our friends. Dan, I don't think you weren't able to make it. You had something going on. I don't remember what, but
yeah,
it was just to be able to see that in theater for the first time. We rented a whole theater, and like 10 of us went, and it's like $10 a person. We rented out the theater by ourselves and watched it, and just to see that movie in theaters for the first time just blew my mind and was amazing. Because that's such an influential movie for me. Ooh, sorry, this energy drink's getting to me. Such an influential movie to me that being able to see it on the big screen for the first time it was insane. I loved it.
Yeah, that John Williams classic score, and then pretty much from these movies, like Velociraptors became my favorite, even though I am still terrified of that kitchen scene.
Oh my gosh, that's a good scene.
Yeah.
Honestly, I know, like, you know, the sequels get a lot of hate, you know, especially 3, and then the Jurassic World series. I love every single movie except for the most recent Jurassic World. I thought that was pretty bad. They went way off to the deep end or on the deep end on that one, but I'm excited for where Jurassic World is going to go. But yeah, no, like I think each movie has um its own thing to add, to the series, and it does it very well. But yeah, no, just the original Jurassic Park was amazing, and I'm very happy it was made. And I was actually going to wear a Jurassic Park shirt, but I'm like, I don't want to give it away. But I guess it was very obvious. So.
I mean, it is like one of your favorite movies all time.
Hmm.
May even be your favorite.
It's not, but we're gonna do a top 10 favorite movies.
One of these days.
One of these days. Probably
Space Jam #1.
Heck yeah.
Just playing. I would never do that.
All 10
I'm actually
spots.
probably gonna have a '90s movie on that list and not Space Jam, but I had to do Space Jam.
You have to.
As soon as Dan said Shawshank, I was like, oh.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, no, I like honestly, I didn't even think of any other movie just because Jurassic Park came to my mind right away, and I'm like, all right,
Same thing.
that's my movie.
Same thing with Space Jam.
110%.
110%.
All right, well, there you go. 3 great 90s movies, all very different. Yeah, if you want, you got a sports movie, you got a comedy movie, you got I guess technically it's considered horror, but it's not really. It's like,
which is funny because you hate horror.
Yeah, but it's like it's more like a thriller.
It's thriller, yeah. I would define it as more than.
It's just a classic now.
Yeah, classic.
All right. Well, from there we will move on to TV.
TV.
All right. So actually, the first thing that is going to pop up here is Star Wars Visions trailer. The art style is a bit different, but I kind of like it. Like it seems like they went with a less detailed art style than like most anime. Do you know anything about the actual story, Dan?
So I want to say it's all different stories. They let 7 of the top anime studios create this. So I want to say each episode is a different studio. I think 2 of them have 2 episodes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. Like I think Star Wars would work really well in an anime. So I'm happy to see that they're trying it. And that's coming out real soon, September 22nd. So
yeah, and then they also have Star Wars manga now, so they're definitely trying to get over into that side. Which I haven't read any of it, but the art in Star Wars Rebels, that was really good.
Yeah,
I was flipping through it.
Personally, I like the anime style that they chose.
Yeah.
Like a lot. Like I think that was excellent, and I think that this could potentially put Star Wars. I shouldn't say back on the map because it's always kind of been on the map.
Yeah,
back on the map.
But I think it could redeem itself for that terrible ending. At least a little bit, because you can never really compare live action to. I mean, you can, but you can't. But personally, I think this has a lot of potential, and I could definitely see me binging this in like a day.
Yeah. I really like anime as a medium because it enables them, since they're drawing everything, it enables them to do stuff that you can't do with live action, or at least it'd be very expensive to do with live action, so they can do a lot of really cool things with like the actual action of things. What makes or breaks an anime for me, like story, I mean, yes, that's the most important, but the fight scenes have to be really cool. Demon Slayer has some of the coolest fight scenes ever because their art style, like with how they use their colors and stuff, just it makes the fight that much more intense. And I'm excited to see what they can do with like the lightsabers and stuff like that in this anime.
Demon Slayer fight scenes are possibly the best fight scenes I've seen in anime. Mainly, and you know how I feel about Dragon Ball Z. and all those other animes, Bleach, uh, just the absolute beauty they put in Demon Slayer when like with these attacks, it's like they almost make the attacking an art form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love it. Anybody who hasn't seen Demon Slayer, go see it. Go see it.
Yes.
Watch the season, and then go watch Mugen Train because it is
The
excellent.
movie was good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Should. Absolutely.
Recommendation, Dan. Even though Mikey's seen it already.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I gotta watch it. I gotta watch the movie again with Mike at some point. I don't think he's watched it yet, but yeah, that looks really good. We'll have to see. That comes out September 22nd, so we don't have too long of a wait, and then we can kind of do our review after the first episode comes out. I'm assuming they're doing it like The Mandalorian, where it's like one a week or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm assuming too.
Yeah, which honestly I'm fine with. It gets you through the year, with content better.
Yep.
Not like
that's how you end. Like if you do it like Netflix does it, you're basically just leaving it wide open to just rewatch a show.
you have Stranger Things happen at that point, where I binge it all in one day, and now it's like 3 years later we might get the next season.
Oh man,
2022.
When that trailer comes out, oh yeah,
dude, I'm excited.
Out.
They have a trailer? I thought they only had the teaser.
Yeah, teaser. Yeah. It's pretty much a trailer.
We're still like a year away from it coming out, though.
Yeah.
I thought teaser was like when they show like the like don't even really show actors or actresses or anything. They just show like that it's happening. Whereas like a trailer is a trailer.
Oh, like teaser trailers nowadays are like a minute long, minute 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. They still show quite a bit.
I have to go see it then.
But without any of the plot, really.
Yeah.
Because tomorrow we're going to get an actual Eternals trailer. And before that was a teaser trailer.
Oh, really? Okay.
That's the rumor.
Rumor has it. That is not a 90s song.
No, it's not. That's another time. Okay. All right, so we're going to jump back into the main topic for TV, which is our favorite 90s TV shows. I will not go first on this one because I have a feeling someone's going to take my first one, and then I have a backup just in case. I'm pretty sure no one will pick.
Okay.
Dan, you want to start us off?
Yes. So for 90s TV, that was kind of hard to choose.
A lot of good ones.
I thought it would be really easy for you, Dan. Oh, okay.
No. I mean, I do love Seinfeld.
Okay, that's what I thought you were going to pick.
I didn't really get... So I watched it as a child, but didn't really understand the jokes until, later on. But the 90s was a decade of, like, cartoons, pretty much. We had Spider-Man, X-Men, DBZ, Cowboy Bebop, DuckTales, TMNT, Samurai Jack, Animaniacs.
Yeah.
The top one was definitely Batman, the animated series.
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
It gave us our most iconic Joker and Batman voice. Whenever I read Batman comics, those are the voices in my head every time. Or just about every time.
Another Star Wars reference, Mark Hamill.
Yes. And then it brought along Harley Quinn for us, which look where she's taken off now. I mean, and then it really defined Mr. Freeze as well, and all the Batman villains really finally fleshed them out in not a campy way, but a little bit more serious.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, just a couple seasons, and then it leading into the Superman show, and then eventually Justice League. That was just like prime for DC animation right there.
Yeah. Now that one, that was a lot on the darker side, wasn't it? That Batman series.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, it's Batman. It's always usually dark.
Yeah.
Except for the Adam West show. But I haven't watched too much of that. I have seen a few episodes, and I do remember liking it. And I hear so many people talking about it, about that specific show.
They remastered it, and it's all on HBO Max. Or if you want to borrow the Blu-rays, I have those as well.
Very nice. Very nice. All right. Well, good choice. Jacob, what do you have for us, Mr. Dark Man?
It got dark, and I didn't have my light on, but I didn't want to like go turn it on in the middle of the show.
Just
so
Darkwing Duck over there.
I just watched a whole trailer in the middle of the show, but
nice.
This one was really hard. Because if you want to get technical, Dragon Ball Z was made in the 80s, but it premiered over here in the 90s.
Yeah.
Which is like the show of my childhood.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't go that route.
Okay.
Any Nicktoon that you can think of, I thought about.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, I think this is one of the ones on Mikey's list. I ended up going with a sitcom, not Seinfeld. Friends is possibly the best sitcom of all time, and I know Dan doesn't like it.
I don't know why. It's so good.
But every time I move any sort of object into my house, all I can think of is
Pivot.
Pivot.
Dude, it's gone so much further than that, though, Jake. I know. When we have game night, you just randomly go pivot.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite lines. And like, I don't know. I mean, anything from like the Holiday Armadillo.
That's
so
a good
like,
one.
I don't know. We were on a break, and that's just Ross
anything
moments.
Chandler,
like, yeah. Chandler was probably the best character in that show, besides maybe Joey.
I guess a lot of Chandler's jokes were actually improv by him. Just the way like he kind of felt at that moment. Yeah, they're like, yeah, let's put that in.
It doesn't matter. It's moo.
It's like a cow's opinion. Doesn't matter. It's moo.
Just, I mean, anything. If you can show me any sitcom that's more later 90s than that one, because I think Seinfeld is definitely more early 90s. But like, nothing defines the late 90s like Friends did, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And it's also a show for me that still holds today. I can watch an episode of Friends, most episodes of Friends, and laugh. There are some, Dan, where I'm just like, okay, I don't get it.
Yeah.
But I would say a majority of the episodes, I am dying.
Yeah.
So, I went Friends. I think it was pretty hard to not go with Friends. Like,
it's pretty easy.
Yeah, it was.
Shut up, Dan.
What?
He said it was pretty easy not to.
Pretty easy to not go. Yeah.
Yeah, New Girl's better.
It's not a 90s show, Dan.
I absolutely disagree. But
I think to each their own. But
it's hard to compare shows from different eras too.
See, I love Friends. I think it's amazing. I think what that does really well that I can't say about New Girl, I can't say about Community, that 70s show. The cast all stuck together through all 10 seasons, and the show did not get bad. Like there were episodes that are much better than others, but you can't point to a season and be like, "Oh, that was a rough season." For New Girl, for that 70s show, for Community, the later episodes, especially for New Girl specifically, the last season, and with that 70s show was the last season too.
That show was terrible. That last season.
It just was not good seasons, and I can't say that about Friends. Friends has that unique ability, kind of like I always see that clip of Jerry Seinfeld on what's that the old dude's
Jay Leno.
No, not Jay Leno. The guy who wears suspenders. Oh, what's his name? Not important.
David Letterman? Host?
talk show host. Yeah, oh, yeah, well, yeah, like David. No,
Johnny
I don't know.
Carson.
It's not important. Not important.
Man,
Um, that's gonna bug me though. But he's on there. He's like, you weren't canceled. They canceled you, Jerry. And Jerry's like, cancel. He's like, do you know who I am? I'm Jerry Seinfeld. He's like, we had top ratings when we went off the air. That is exactly what Friends was like. It just held its own from start to finish. Sure, characters changed from season 1 to season 10. Like you could tell they wanted to go a different direction. But they really leaned into like how dumb Joey is, after season 1.
leaned into how much of a spaz Ross is.
Yeah.
Like,
they wanted these specific character styles. But yeah, from season 1 to season 10, it was an amazing show.
Was that one of your shows?
It was not. I have 2 shows. I had 2 shows in mind.
As did I.
The first show, you both said, Dragon Ball Z. That's my number 1. I get what you're saying. It's technically an 80s show in Japan, but in here, in America, where it matters, in America, it is, I think it was 1996 is when it came out. And I just remember coming home every day to Toonami. And I see that little spaceman, walking on his ship, and then it's like, next up we got Dragon Ball Z, the continuation of Dragon Ball Z. I'm like, yes, let's do it. I was sitting there just like right after school, just stuck to my TV.
And
even for the 10
shows up.
episodes that Frieza was recovering from an injury, and or like the 20 episodes where he's charging the spirit bomb, I didn't care. I was just like, when's he gonna drop it?
It was like, as soon.
That's all that matters.
3 episodes later, oh, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. 2 more episodes.
I just kept thinking, when are we gonna get past Frieza? They keep teasing more, then it's the Saiyan saga again, over and over again.
Yeah.
But once they did get to Cell Saga,
Cell, oh my gosh.
Frieza, I think, was very good, other than the fact that they were like just trying to fill time.
Mm-hmm.
But Cell was so fast paced, like,
I think
compared.
Frieza Saga was one of the most influential in the series, because Frieza's like number 1, if not number 2, bad guy in the show.
I'd say number 1.
Probably, yeah, number 1. You had the change to Super Saiyan with Frieza,
which was huge.
Yeah. That I just remember, I'm like, oh my god, this is insane, and then watching.
I just remember Vegeta like, he's become a Super Saiyan, like dying on the ground.
I mean, yeah, that's what, like, you have the Ginyu Force in that arc and everything. You have where Vegeta starts to make his change, to one of the main characters and one of the
anti-heroes
at
that point.
Mm-hmm. And like, Vegeta's my favorite dude. Like, he's amazing. He has he has the best character arc from almost any show I've seen. Like, they transition him so well. But that's like, that as long as as much fillers they had in that story arc, it was very important for so many different reasons. So that is definitely my show. To be completely transparent, I have yet to finish the show.
Super?
No, well, Super too, but Dragon Ball Z.
You still haven't seen Boo Saga?
I watched parts of like halfway through Boo Saga.
I would say it's probably the worst saga, unless you include GT, which nobody does.
Nobody does.
But
Super Saiyan 4, though, we include that.
That was kind of cool, I guess.
Cool,
yeah.
But so that's still on my list, but there's so many episodes. I'm like, oh man, I have to go through, because I'm the kind of guy where if I'm going to, if I have to like catch up on something, and it's been a really long time, I have to watch the whole show over again to get into it. You know, so I'm like, it's kind of hard to do when there's like 500 episodes or whatever.
Here,
But-
watch Dragon Ball Abridged, and then just go from there.
There you go. So that was my number one choice. If you think that's unfair because it's technically an 80s show, my number two choice was Mr. Bean. Such a
Nice.
good show, and that show, it just, because he hardly says anything, it just extends to every single generation. Like everyone can just watch it and laugh at it. It doesn't matter how old it feels now, you know. It like just the fact that this dude can say nothing and make so many people laugh is amazing. So I want to give a special shout out to Mr. Bean. It holds a special place in my heart watching that with my my Aunt Anna. Yeah. But okay, so those are our TV show, our favorites from the 90s. So we're going to jump into comics now, where Dan's going to tell us what came out this week and then give us a sweet 90s comic recommendation.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Right, so let's jump screens.
Ooh. Ah.
On to you, Dan.
On to me now. Okay. You guys have any questions about the comics I mentioned? They're all, just put them in the comments below, or if you and Mike and Jake have any questions, let me know.
I too will put them in the comments below.
You'll know.
I'll get to them next year.
I'm gonna scream them.
Okay, here's my top 5 for this week. They're all available at your local comics store right now. So no particular order, but we have Nightwing 83 coming out. Tom Taylor on Nightwing. I've been highly enjoying that. We have Moon Knight number 2, the start of a new series.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go pick that up.
Yeah, go pick up number 1 and 2. They're
You
both
actually
crazy.
might make me read.
Yes, because I don't think you know about Mr. Knight
Me?
or Mikey either.
Ah.
Is that a new iteration of Moon Knight that's came out in the past couple of years?
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, well,
Mr. Knight as in Night?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or no, K.
like
Okay.
Yeah, K.
the K is silent.
It's silent.
I'm definitely gonna go pick that up. By the way, probably this weekend.
Okay. Yes. Then we have Radiant Black number 7. This is a new Image comic that is really good, and like what they did in the first like 6 issues, I don't think they've done that before in comics. It's like a big twist. I didn't see it coming.
There's a
at
twist
all.
at the end.
Then we got Nocterra number 6 from Scott Snyder this week. Another big action comic that's going to be a movie one day. So pretty much it's where the sun goes out and the night takes over. And if you don't get enough like direct light throughout the day, you get the sickness and you turn into like a creature of the night.
That sounds pretty
and then
cool.
the main character is like a truck driver transporting goods across the country and people. So it's pretty interesting. And for my final recommendation number of the week, Homesick Pilots number 8. If you enjoy a horror comic, definitely recommend that for people.
I will tell my wife about it.
Yes.
That'd be cool if
It's-
Nikki got into comics.
Yeah, it's like a horror / punk rock.
Oh yeah, she'll definitely be into it.
And then I guess we'll just go straight into my 90s comics.
Heck yeah, dude.
No, no, no.
I got 3 for you.
No, no, no.
So 3 quick ones.
Alright.
Mikey, you have played Battle Chasers, the game,
Yes.
but the comic Battle Chasers,
Really? That's from the 90s?
I believe so.
That's pretty cool. So,
Um,
fact checking on the fly.
I don't know. I always thought it was a 90s comic.
I mean, whatever. If not, it's I can recommend the game. The game's pretty cool.
First issue, 1998.
Oh
Huzzah.
snap! Very nice. I
Barely
didn't know that
made
was
it.
that old. Wow.
Oh yeah, and he still hasn't finished it. I
Really?
think this is like one. Yeah, this is 1 through 9, and 10, 11, 12 is he's taking his time.
Hmm.
So I mean, if you guys love the Battle Chasers video game, I highly recommend it. Joe Mad art is crazy.
Hmm.
And then coming out in the theater soon, we have Spawn.
Very nice.
Yes, I recommend this. They just released the compendiums, so they're trying
Oh,
to get
wow.
people to catch up.
Yeah.
So this is the first 50 issues.
Hmm.
So, and they're at like 320 right now. But Greg Capullo, Todd McFarlane, it's just Spawn's pretty much a classic.
Heard the animated series just started
Yeah,
getting like really popular again.
Yeah, with Keith David Richards
Hmm.
as the voice. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's still on HBO. I would
Okay.
recommend check
Is
the
that-
animated
Is that the guy
series
from
out.
Halo?
Keith David.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's from
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Cool dude.
check out the animated series and then jump into the Spawn comic because it's actually getting reprinted now and it's getting easier to find.
When you really quick when you held up the Spawn comic, I thought it was like a single issue, and then we kind of had the Toy Story moment where he's like, oh, they're looking at the presents through the window, like, oh, this guy has a small present. He turns around, it's like freaking huge. I kind of had that
Baseball
moment.
bat.
You're like Spawn, and then I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And then you turn, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a lot.
A lot of Spawn.
Heck yeah.
And then for a final recommendation, I just got the original Deadpool for you.
Very
So,
nice.
this isn't volume 1. This is volume 2, the start of the Deadpool as everyone knows it. So this is Joe Kelly and Ed McGuinness's run. That's more based on the Ryan Reynolds, where
He's funny.
where he starts to become funny and break the fourth wall
Hmm.
and all those things.
Everything that
then-
makes him Deadpool.
Yeah, it starts with this run.
Nobody
And-
cares about his powers.
And that's where you meet Francis, and then the whole entire, let's say it's Weapon K, where he goes and gets his like actual powers from.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Those are some pretty good recommendations. Like I said, I'm definitely gonna go pick up the
Moon
new
Knight.
Moon Knight. Yeah, especially with the show coming out. I'm like, ooh, I need to get back into that. Moon Knight's
released
just
it?
so cool.
They released
Yeah.
it at the right time.
Yeah.
Try to build up that
Yeah,
hype.
Moon Knight is probably my favorite, second favorite hero.
Mm. Yeah, same here.
Because
I got
excellent backstory, excellent
Cap then Moon
conception.
Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's just literally crazy.
that's
He's a
dude. Seriously,
psychopath.
the potential for cameos with the Moon Knight series is just off the charts. I'm so excited. They can do so much with it if they wanted to.
Really, I think he might be considered an anti-hero as well. Because it depends.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, he's basically like Batman, kind of, with like he'll break
More
bones and
psychosis?
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, but crazier.
Oh no, he
Crazier.
murdered.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, great edition of Dan's Comic Corner. I love it. So especially like Spawn, always like the speaking of Spawn, the 90's movie Spawn
Oh,
was so
it's
bad
great.
but so good.
Yeah.
It's like that was it was just so good. I can't even say anything about it, to be fair. But okay, let's jump into some gaming. To the gaming screen.
Games.
To the cloud.
To the cloud. Okay, Taco.
Okay. EBDB.
I need to rewatch that. All right, so we're gonna start off the gaming section with our thoughts on the Back for Blood beta.
AKA
Jake,
Dan and Mikey's
yeah,
thoughts.
Jake was not able to get on it in time. So I think it just ended Monday, correct, Dan?
Right.
Yeah. So what'd you think about it, Dan?
Um, I don't know. It was a lot of fun from like the little bit we played.
Yeah.
But the problem with actually getting the game, I think, is you need to have a good set of teammates with you.
Yes.
Yes, because I know one time I played with a bot. They weren't that helpful. And the one time Mikey and I played, our teammates just kept running. They didn't stay with us at all.
Yeah, and when they went down, we're like, let's leave them. We're better off. They would shoot us all the time. Like, not, I don't think on purpose, but just like we'd randomly get shots in the back. I'm like, really, dude? I'm standing still in the corner.
Right. And then the other person, there's just jumping with an axe over and over again. And I shot him on accident because they kept jumping in front of my gun.
Yeah. No, it's cool though. Like, I think they bring almost everything that was good from Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2. So like all the core game mechanics.
Yeah.
But then I love the buying system you have at each safe house as like a container that you open up, and it's like a store, and you can buy. It has randomized like 2 randomized weapons, 2 randomized weapon attachments, so you can put like a scope on your gun. Or my favorite thing I had when I was playing with some other guys, I had a Beretta 50 caliber sniper with a suppressor on it, and the suppressor was like friggin' huge, and it was my favorite thing. I just said there, just hear boom boom every time I shot it, and everyone's like, "Dude, that sounds amazing." I'm like, "I know, dude." But yeah, no, it's really fun. I love that they have like 9 characters. That's going to be in the base game. Each with their own like passive ability and kind of like an active ability in a way. So there's a lot of like different play styles you can do. I'm not sure how many maps it's gonna have. The beta I think only had 1 campaign. So which is like four different maps basically. But it was really fun and pretty varied. The only thing that worries me about Back for Blood is it's going to be $60, which I'm fine with if the game is really good. But what I'm worried about is Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2 had their campaign versus mode that was amazing. You had 4 survivors trying to get through the campaign, and then you had 4 special infected where they try to stop them, and then they, if they die, they come back as a different special infected, and continue trying. And the survivors just had to try to get as far as they could. They don't have that in Back for Blood. They have just a versus mode, which I didn't play at all because I was a little upset by them not having the campaign versus in it. But my brother was saying that it's kind of like a battle royale where you have the 4 and the 4, but then like there's like it's a shrinking circle, and you just try to stay alive for as long as possible. Try to be the last one alive. It's like that doesn't sound nearly as fun as the campaign versus. I guess they have no plans of adding campaign versus right now, but I hope they change their mind because that would make it so much better than Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2. And I love those games. They just take everything they added new and put that in.
And be
so good. Yeah. Be well
hopefully
worth the $60.
Hopefully they listen to the fans on this. Because battle royales they're on the downfall right now.
Yeah, they're very hit or miss.
Yeah. And I'm just getting a little tired of them and hoping for something fresh from Back for Blood. So hopefully once like the full game's released, there's some more stuff that they didn't show off.
Yeah.
I don't remember using the abilities at all during our time.
Yeah, no, so I don't think there's not, I shouldn't have said active abilities. It almost feels that way because you have to do something in order to activate it. But it's basically just like a more advanced passive ability. Gotcha. Like you can I think there's one guy you can get ammo. Like you can get ammo randomly, which is passive. But then like you have like cards and stuff that allow you to like if you get a melee kill, you can gain 1 health, kind of thing. So you
Oh,
have to do
yeah,
something in order to do that.
gotcha. Yeah,
Um,
so
you have to
it's
like change
pretty
your
much
play style.
it's pretty much the cards, which I don't know. I don't know how you, but for me, the card system, I'm just not a fan of it because that got me out of Battlefield, the Star Wars Battlefront 2, and then Halo 5. That really turned me off as well.
Hmm.
Because pretty much you can just buy your way with cards to get your better cards.
I'm okay. Like I didn't like it at first because I originally played the Back for Blood alpha.
Okay.
But I didn't have any friends who had it because it was a closed alpha, and so I only played with bots, and I barely got into the game. But I saw the cards, I'm like, what is this crap? I didn't want it at all. But then when the beta came out and I started getting like into it and figuring out like how the system worked, I like it. I like it a lot. Um, since it's not really a competitive game, it's
Mhm.
cooperative. I'm okay with how they're doing it.
Okay.
Um, I
Mm,
I want to see how much those cards vary in the base game, but
yeah.
I'm not too mad at it.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, so I mean, and honestly, it's gonna be cool because we get to play it basically risk free because it's on Game Pass, day one.
Yay, Game
So
Pass.
yeah, and Game Pass is amazing. You can just play all these games. It's like $15 a month or something like that,
All right.
and they just keep on adding games that are day one.
Pretty much getting everything from Bethesda.
Yeah.
You're
Um,
welcome.
Speaking of day one Game Pass, Jake and I played a new game last night.
We absolutely did.
We're not going to get too much into it because I don't think we really know all that much about it because we only played one game, or
That's
one
fair
part of a
enough,
game.
yes.
So we're gonna play some more this week, and then we'll probably talk about it more next week.
Yeah,
And
we need
see how
to
it changed.
establish a day for that for sure.
Yeah, I like it. It is called Humankind. This is essentially like if you played Civ 4, 5, 6, whatever, Civilization. It's kind of like that, but with some new mechanics. We Jake and I played it last night for probably 4 hours or so. With my brother Anthony, and we all had a great time. You basically you start off as nomads and you're moving around the map and it's like hex based. So like you start off, you can move 4 hexes at a time with your army, and then as you get food and stuff, you get more and more people, and you can branch them off and have people moving further, and then you eventually build an outpost, and then that outpost after it gets more and more advanced, you can choose. It's the ancient era is the next thing that you go into. So you can choose like the Egyptians or um,
The
the
Assyrian.
Assyrians. Yeah, there's like 10 different ones you can choose from or something of that sort.
Yeah. I think they put in just enough so that everyone, like however many people are playing,
Hmm.
can get one.
Yeah.
Uh yeah.
And when someone else chooses, let's say Jake chose the Assyrians. If I get to that later on, I can't choose the Assyrians anymore. I have to
Yeah.
play the
So
Egyptians or whoever I want after that.
yeah, so it makes it so that everybody gets their own unique civilization. Um Personally, I don't know. I'm sure Mikey does remember this, but when I first got onto Steam, like I compared to Mikey and well, Mikey at least. I don't know about Dan. But compared to Mikey, I'm like a little Steam baby. Like I started Steam way after Mikey. So the
Hmm.
first game I ever bought on Steam was Civ. And I literally played it constantly because it was the only thing my little baby computer could run. And it was probably my favorite game there for a while. And I actually like Humankind more
Really?
based off of what I've seen because I think it's more player friendly, honestly. I think Civ was a little bit complicated for the beginner. Whereas I think Humankind is a little more beginner friendly. Although I did ask a lot of questions, like because I feel like Anthony picks up on those things more
He
and
does.
faster.
He plays a lot
Once
of the 4X
yeah,
games. So.
right. Once I got it, it was easy. Like with Civ, I feel like with this, if I start it and then I come back to it, I could easily get the mechanics again. With Civ, I feel like I could go to Civ, play it, come back, and be like, "How do I do this again?
Yeah.
What do I do?"
See, see, that's funny though, because I'm actually the exact opposite. I
Really?
think Civ was a lot easier to pick up. Most of the 4 hours we played last night, I'm like, what do I do? I have no idea what to do. And then Jake and Anthony, they're like, oh sweet, it's got a world deed, or oh look at that, I got these Syrians look pretty cool. I'm like, bro, I'm still moving around killing mammoths. What's going on here?
You ended up catching up though.
I caught up. I did catch up, but that was after I figured it out. I'm like, I would say of the 4 hours, 2.5 to 3 hours, I'm just moving around killing mammoths or deer and stuff. I'm like, I don't know what the heck you guys are talking about. I'm playing a different game. But
literally, he did say that, and we
I
were
did.
like, I mean, it's funny because like when Mikey started, he was sandwiched between two other
Like the
civs,
NPCs,
for
yeah.
lack of a better term, and so he's like fighting battles right off the bat, so he can't catch up. Me and Anthony are just tra la 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 la, like running around discovering stuff. And it was just it was a really fun play. I recommend it. And like Mikey said, we're gonna play more of it. Hopefully, we can get 10 users. That would be cool.
That'd be cool, yeah. But yeah, no. Like I said, we only played for 4 hours, so this is very early kind of review of it. But I'm liking it so far. Now that we know what we're doing, we're gonna start over, and I'm excited to see where we can go from there because it's very unique, and it's kind of just a chill game, a little bit like what Jake was saying when we first found out about it. He's like, that just looks like a chill game you can just mess around in for a couple hours, and it really is. So that is Humankind. We're gonna play some more this week, and maybe we'll talk about it next week. When we
Maybe an official review.
Maybe, yeah.
Of some sort.
If we can get some more play time into it.
If
right.
Dan can get an Xbox.
Yes.
I do. It's not on Xbox.
Yeah.
It's PC only.
It's PC Game Pass only?
Yeah.
That's weird. It's literally called Xbox Game Pass.
Oh yeah, but it's a PC only game. Kind of like I think Civ is on console, isn't it?
Pretty sure yeah, but it's a terrible version.
Yeah, so just kind of the mechanics of it would be hard to do on console, kind of thing. Yeah. All right, but let's go ahead and jump into the main topic of our favorite '90s games. Again, I feel like there might be crossover or something, so I will go last because I have a couple options.
You should just go first because I feel like we're always stepping on your toes, sir.
Oh yeah,
but
do
you have options?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
okay.
It's the '90s. We all have options.
Yeah, I have a whole entire council to choose from.
Oh snap!
The Lion King game.
So what I'll jump into it then, and I'll take this gem of a series.
Ooh,
that's an indication at all. I just gotta catch them all, man. Pokemon Red and Blue. Blue and for me because Blastoise. Yeah, I think was yellow in the '90s.
Charizard.
I think it came out like a year or so later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, yellow was the one I played the most. I got the pack where you get the yellow Pikachu Game Boy Color with Pokemon Yellow, and I got that. I think I got it for Christmas or something, and I just played that all the time. But I wasn't sure if that came out in the '90s, so I guess that would be my choice if it did. If not, Pokemon Blue, just because Blastoise is my boy.
Oh yeah.
I don't know that there's a '90s game or really any game that I was so involved with. Like I would go to school as a kid with my Game Boy Color and my little Nintendo Link, and I look over at someone across the class. I'm like, "You want to trade? You want to trade?"
Mhm.
And they're like, "Let's do it." And then we sit there, we hook it up, like, "All right, here you go. You know, you got this guy."
110%.
Dude, it was so cool that you could do that, you know. And I would say that's one of the games that holds up the most today. It's still a great game
yeah.
if you go and play it.
That's possibly my favorite game series of all time.
Yeah, it's so
Quite
good.
frankly,
Mhm.
yeah.
Like-
It's the one game that I could play for hours and not get bored ever. And that's coming from like supreme ADD guy. Like that needs to do something new every 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, no, but like I just Pokemon in general, it was such an amazing craze, and it still is a craze today, you know. Especially like when McDonald's put out those cards with their Happy Meals. Jake and I were
Burger King, the gold ones?
No, that was the best prize ever. I'm talking about like today when McDonald's had the original pack. I remember I'm like, dude, I don't have kids. I'm getting so many Happy Meals right now.
I mean, and then just look at all the innovations that came from it. Pokemon Go, Pokemon Stadium, Pokemon Snap. Like all those classics.
Yeah.
Absolute classics. If you've seen a bad Pokemon game, let me know because I haven't yet.
Yeah. I mean, some are better than the others for sure.
Oh, well, no, 110%.
But there's not. I don't think there's a bad one.
Especially coming from someone like me who is like one of those people like back in the day, like 10 years ago, who was like, first gen's the best. I mean, they're all good.
I still agree though.
Yeah,
no, first gen's the best, but like I was a guy who was like, I will only play first gen games.
Yeah.
And then I opened back up to it, and gold, silver, great. You know, sapphire, great, crystal, great. Like they're all good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sorry, Austin was just calling me on Facebook. I'm like, what the heck? But yeah, no. Like Pokemon is one of those things that was insane. I think one of my favorite podcasts I listen to, Flip the Table. They do like obscure board game stuff. They played a Pokemon board game, which I remember from my childhood was awesome. But they said that it's one of those weird things where they had an anime come out, they had the card game come out, and they had the video game come out. And honestly, not one of those is more popular than the other. They all had such a huge following.
And you can't say that about like Beyblades or Yu-Gi-Oh or whatever, Digimon. Like one or the other was like, ugh. You know. But with Pokemon, I could watch the show. Like one of the best theme songs of any anime. I don't care what you say.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, I don't even know where that guy is now, but he needs to make another theme song. That.
I think he did it for TikTok or something, didn't he? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Somewhere. But
he was a pretty weird looking guy. But
it's not important. But yeah, so that is my favorite 90s game of all time. I have a second one, but I'll wait for what you guys have to say.
I'll let Dan go next because I got 3 on purpose.
Okay. So what was that? I remember like my first console was really the N64. I remember having for myself without sharing with anyone. So probably the most. There's a couple games like GoldenEye and was that Diddy Kong Racing? I played a lot.
Oh, so good.
But the classic probably has to go with Mario 64.
Okay.
I believe that was one of the first games that came out with it.
Oh, probably. Yeah. Oh
it's
my god,
one
I
of the
just
most
thought
popular.
of one too. Oh my gosh, Gauntlet Legends. You ever play that?
Gauntlet was good. Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
I don't remember.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but I just remembered that game, and I'm like, oh my gosh, yes. But yeah. Mario 64. That was such a good game too.
Oh yeah, I think I just played that first level over and over again.
Yeah, same here.
Just because I didn't know what to do.
Yep.
Let me
you know
ask
how many times I Oh, okay. I'll let you ask the question because I was about to make a statement about it.
Do you guys kill the penguin or not?
Oh yeah, I was just about to
110%.
say, throw him off the hedge.
I was just about to say,
Right?
every single time I go to
Yeah.
that penguin race, I go,
Come over here.
You're
time
dead.
to die. That's
Get over here.
how I fed my serial killer dreams. Wait, what?
Oh,
Ooh.
I noticed you haven't played that game in a while, Jake.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a great game.
Yeah.
It definitely falls under classic for now. You know, like now it does rather.
Yeah.
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 What you got, Jake?
Okay.
Jake,
So Mikey did take my number one.
I figured.
Pokemon
Yeah.
110%.
Yeah.
But we've done that to him, so or almost did it to him. We ended up not choosing DBZ, but
It was
so
on the cusp of it.
and Mario 64 did come up on my radar. I'd probably say it's top 5 for me. But I'm gonna go with another game in the Mario. And it launched probably, in my opinion, the best Mario franchise, and that is Super Smash Brothers.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Um,
That was my other
and
one.
honestly, N64, the Super Smash Bros. On N64, was not my favorite. I like Brawl a lot.
Mm-hmm.
However, it launched that series and it launched it in a big way. And I still play the same character from the original game, Kirby, every time. And I still love just bringing people in and taking their power and just watching these classic characters that really aren't physical like that. Mario jumps on people's heads and whatever, and Kirby just kind of does weird stuff too. But like watching them just beat the absolute crap out of each other is not only fun, but it's hilarious.
Yeah.
and I don't know, it was just a great concept for me. You know, and the thing is they stayed true to what their character was, like with their moves, like, Mario doing his uppercut and the coins coming out, Kirby taking people's powers, uh just
Pikachu doing the Thunderbolt.
yeah, yeah,
Thunder.
Pika, like it's just I don't know that there will ever be another series like a fighting series like that. And this is coming from a guy who's not normally into fighters, like Mortal Kombat. Like I like it. I would almost rather watch somebody play Mortal Kombat and watch the cutscenes and actually play it because I'm the biggest button masher of all time. I actually learned moves with Super Smash. Like I actually looked them up because it was such a fun game. Um, I had another one as well, but I decided not to go with it because I already went kind of sportsy on my first thing. But Ken Griffey Jr. Baseball, absolute
That
classic.
was a good one.
I still have that in my
Probably,
closet.
yep, probably one of the best baseball games ever made. And I just remember, starting franchises and you had to play the full 162, baby. Like, I don't think
No simulating.
I don't think I ever finished a single season in that, but absolute great one. If there's any retro gamers out there, obviously you're gonna check out Super Smash. But if you're into sports, check out Ken Griffey Jr. Baseball. Yeah.
I only played Ken Griffey on my Game Gear, and like I said, I still have that in my closet over here. That was such a good game, though. I'm sitting
Yes.
there, that's probably my favorite game for the Game Gear. That or Mortal Kombat, but I do have to call you out though, Jake.
Whoa, what?
You lied a little bit.
About what?
You said when you
Everything.
play Kirby, your favorite thing to do is to suck people in, take their powers, and blow them out. That's bullcrap, and you know it.
Are you talking about? Well, the
Because
only other
you like to go
option
whoop,
is
whoop, whoop, and then slam down.
Yeah.
That's all you do the entire game, and I love it.
yeah. I do that or the yeah.
Yeah, and I always
Or
love
swinging that hammer, dude.
I always love that you like when we play with Dusty and my brother and everything, we always have you and I on a team. And like when we have like team damage on and stuff, I'm sitting there, I'm like fighting Dusty right below you. All of a sudden, you come down as like a brick, and I'm like, "Stop it, Jake!"
Man, whenever we don't do teams though, and we're all on our I let you guys just beat the crap out of each other. I just stay up in the corner because I can just float all day.
Yeah,
Like,
dude. Yeah, no, like that game was so like the original Super Smash Brothers was just so mind blowing because there's no other game that allows you to take Pikachu and fight Mario or Link
right,
or
right.
something, you know? It's like
Mhm.
when that came out, I'm just sitting there, I'm like, this is the greatest game ever.
I feel like it took all the way to Injustice really to even do that. Or did they do strictly DC as well?
That's Injustice is strictly DC.
Okay,
Yeah, but
so
they
then the
did
next go ahead.
Mortal Kombat versus DC.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was a crap game, in my opinion.
but
at least.
like, but to do it on the scale that Super Smash Brothers did, I think the next closest thing would be Jump Force.
Jump Force.
Yeah, maybe it's with
Yeah.
all the anime crossing over.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
love that game. Yeah.
Dude, we played it together.
I love that game. But it just didn't ring a bell. I know like
No.
PlayStation, they did try their All-Star game or whatever.
Yeah,
And that just did not
I
do well.
think that failed.
Yeah. Because let's be honest, like PlayStation, they have great, single player games, but their actual characters are not to the scale of Nintendo.
No.
Nintendo, you see like one little bit of a like if you have a picture of Mario and it's just like his ear or something, you're like, boom, that's Mario right there. You can't do that with
You
like
can do that with-
PlayStation or Xbox. Like, some of them you can, like Kratos maybe.
Yeah.
But
in the next like 10 years, you probably can. Once
yeah.
once these TV shows and movies from Sony start going through.
Yeah. Yeah. But like at the time when that came out, like
And-
All Stars,
at
you
that
can't
time.
do that.
Oh yeah, all they had was really was that Ratchet and Clank.
Because I think
Crash Bandicoot.
this
and
is
Crash.
kind of off topic or whatever, but I think where the difference between those were is PlayStation, it's like all about the story. They make amazing stories.
Mhm.
Nintendo, they have some good stories, but it's clearly all about the characters.
Yeah.
Um,
And then there's Xbox.
hey,
I would say they're more
getting
balanced.
into it now, yeah. But
They're there.
I'm excited where
Their food.
where they're going with that. But that's another podcast altogether. Talking about the
Right.
differences. We should do that sometime. Or I'll do this little thing for Jake.
PC Master Race.
Yeah.
No.
But
Dan.
my second option, if someone, which I figured would be Jake, stole
Oh
Pokemon
yeah, I
from
would have
me.
definitely stole it right from under your greasy hair.
Why are they greasy?
Why are they so greasy?
Would be Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. It's just such a classic game
Mhm.
that I haven't played all the newer ones. I've heard that Breath of the Wild's really good.
It is.
But to me, up until that point, Ocarina of Time is still the best. I think Dusty still prefers Majora's Mask. He's like really into Zelda, but for me personally, the Ocarina of Time just holds a special place in my heart, and I don't know that there is a Zelda game that can beat it for me. But I haven't played the new one, like I said, so maybe it will.
See, with me, I was playing like Diddy Kong Racing and all those early games, so I missed out on Ocarina of Time. But then I played the crap out of Majora's Mask.
Oh yeah.
I just remember putting on the bunny ears and sprinting that whole entire map, just looking for stuff.
Yeah.
That was probably my favorite mask, the bunny ears.
Yeah, no, like the whole series is really good, but just going into we had like the really cool one too, where like the cartridge was gold,
Yeah.
which I'm just sitting there, I'm like, ooh, this is so cool. But just going into each like different like dungeon, and you have to wear a different tunic in order to protect yourself from that, was just kind of mind-boggling how awesome it was, you know, and how well thought out everything was. So that was my second option. If and when Jake stole Pokemon from me,
Which I was nice enough not to, because I knew I also had backups as well.
Nice.
Okay. I just wanted to choose N64 in general.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, if we did a council, N64 would have been all three of us.
probably
Yeah.
from the
I mean,
90s. Yeah.
When did the original PlayStation come out?
It was
like 89 or something, or is it?
The original PlayStation?
I don't know.
Really?
It was early 90s, wasn't it?
Yeah, early 90s, I think. I'm not
Okay,
sure
yeah,
how early.
That sounds.
But PlayStation, like, they had Metal Gear Solid and stuff like that. They were still new, so it's like they didn't really have too many
Love-
great franchises, you know.
I love
90
Crash
94.
Bash.
94.
Okay. Crash Bash, the party game was great.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Honestly, Metal Gear Solid was all I ever played. But yeah, I was a Nintendo kid for the longest time, and then Xbox
And
came out, and I switched over.
That's when I switched to PlayStation 2.
Okay, I will say, yeah, I did have
PlayStation 2 was a great console.
The only game I've ever played on that, or I mean, I played a lot, but the only one I played very heavily was Need for Speed Underground 2.
It seems
Oh,
like the
That's so
console wars just keep rotating. Like, you know, like
It does.
PlayStation Nintendo's just there. And then
they're not in the war. They're like, we're gonna be over here, but they're doing
we're
fine by
gonna get
themselves.
they're always gonna get their cult followers that are never gonna stop. And then like original Xbox loses to PlayStation 2. 360 murdered PS3. Like absolutely destroyed it. Then PS4 murdered Xbox One.
Yeah.
And now I think it's pretty even. I think PS5 is outselling,
PlayStation's
right?
still outselling, but it's a lot
but
closer.
I think they're even in the console thing.
Yeah, it's just because of Game Pass putting.
That was amazing.
Yeah,
amazing.
Game Pass was the best move that I think that
once
they've made
PlayStation's like original games start coming out, made just for PS5.
Yeah.
Then that's going to be interesting.
It will.
Yeah.
As
that and Xbox is just buying everything.
Yeah.
I like it. Like I know people are upset about monopolies, but I'm like, doesn't matter to me. I'll play all the games.
The only thing that worries me about, because I love it too, because I'm an Xbox guy, but the only thing that worries me about it is they're going to be able to charge whatever the heck they want pretty soon.
Yeah.
Like, and that sucks.
We already saw a price hike, but
hopefully
good games.
I mean, then again, all those people when they tried to hike up the price of Xbox Live.
Yeah.
And they literally put so much pressure on Microsoft that the next day they totally rebuked it and then like made it better. Like, I think that even if they did have a monopoly, they'd be smart about it. So
because I wasn't even gonna get the new Xbox until the Bethesda and Game Pass came out. I was gonna be happy with the PS5.
Pass, man. I'm waiting for PlayStation to come out with something similar. They have to keep up.
They do have it, but it's not that good.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think that's where we're gonna wrap up the show. We went pretty long there. I think we're at like 140 or so. But I mean, I had a great time with the conversation.
Yeah. This was some good subject matter.
It was. We had some great beverages. Zion's energy. Mine's completely empty.
Zion's, call me.
Yeah, not a sponsor, but I'm willing. But yeah, so we're gonna hop into the after show. You guys want to play some Knockout City again or something else?
We can do Halo.
Halo?
I'm up for that. Yeah, that's easy accessible right now.
You want to play Halo, Jake? You got it installed?
I might, but I may have to dip on the after show today.
Okay. That's all right.
Yeah, mainly because Jude is up way past his bedtime.
Okay.
And I think Nikki needs some help.
But yeah, thank you for joining us, and we'll be right back.
Besides me.
Bye. Plus Ultra.
Ooh. I just got a black shirt on. I do love your fat gum shirt, though.
Lions.
Added just for this show.